what it is. What it is.
Welcome
What's
back.
going
Welcome
on?
back.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, I just want to let everybody know that's watching. Yes, we saved Al's life. He's here today.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all caught it on Facebook. We had a little run in with a golf cart, but we saved him.
It was a tea bag. It always works.
Yeah. That wakes everybody up.
That makes me happy. That's like my favorite. Like
that was some good old black tea, man. You got to go in the store. You got to find the black tea. That's what you need.
Yeah.
I'll take a tea bag. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that. Shiza Minnelli is always the first one to muster. It makes me think that he was always late to muster when he was in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So look, but I did win the bet because I bet that nobody was going to hit my boy. And I kind of flexed on him, man. I bet nobody's going to hit my boy. They didn't know what's going to happen if they hit you. And nobody hit you, bro, except for us. We hit you. We're the only ones authorized to hit you, bro.
Yeah.
So you were safe, man. Even we put you dead in the center of the runway. Dead in the center.
I will.
All those white balls flying in my face and no one could connect.
But the black balls got you.
The black balls got me.
Listen, but I will tell you,
you're just bigger all around. You know what I mean?
There was probably a lot of people taking selfies with that picture out on that golf course because I would see people tee off and they would get in the fairway and they would stop instead of looking for their ball. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna take a picture with this dude right here." That's fucking hilarious. So you're probably like Instagram famous right now.
I'm probably a bunch of nasty, dirty memes. I probably got penises all drawn on my face and like all kind of nasty shit. I'm probably my kids are like, "Dad, we seen you on Instagram and you had a penis on your next to your mouth." I'm like, "Okay."
Would you want it any other way though?
I mean, not in public. If I do some shit behind closed doors, bro. Hey, I don't want y'all to know all my dirty, filthy secrets. Got my own finger in my butt. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to know all this shit.
So listen, man. It is the middle of it's not even kind of the middle of September.
Yeah,
it's hot as hell, bro. Here in Houston, bro, you got on a hoodie, a hat. You look like you've been in the woods hunting in the freezing cold.
Bro,
what's going on?
So I'm on travel this week with work, and I'm up here in good old Minot, North Dakota, on the air base. And I will tell y'all some crazy shit I've never seen. So this is a nuclear base. I didn't even know the baby Air Force had nuke shit, right? But I was trying to leave the gate yesterday. Bro, they had the biggest armored convoy, federal police, and this big-ass truck comes through that looks like some shit you would carry a motherfucking baby T-Rex in, like you see on Jurassic Park when they got the dinosaurs. There's fucking helo. They got air cover from helos. And it was the most, I guess they were bringing in some shit for their nuclear parts. Man, they had 900. We didn't have that many people in Iraq. We was really getting shot. These motherfuckers had 27 tactical convoy vehicles with 50 cals. Like, holy shit.
So tell me, you jumped out and set security as they were driving by, right?
Nah, road guard. I got out was a road guard. I'm done with that security shit. I was like, road guard, posted this motherfucker. I posted I took care of it. Road guarded.
Yeah,
that's fun,
man. You know, I'm super excited for today. You know, saying it's been a long drive, but this is a good day, man. I'm excited. We got a very special guest in the building. I know you guys' energy is high. Everybody's energy is high. I spoke to Ty earlier today. His energy was high. My man Matt came in.
Always.
Yeah. So what you guys think, man? I think it's about time that we bring in. It would only be right to bring in the man, the myth, and the legend.
Bro.
But before we do that, I just want everybody out there to know that it works out, but it doesn't work out. This is probably the most appropriate time to bring this guy on.
Yep,
absolutely.
So, Ty, we're going to help you. Right now it's September. So right now we are in the middle of making Chiefs in the Navy. So there's no more appropriate time to bring this guy on than right now, because this is where they're made and this is what he did for a living. So this is going to be fun for sure.
Mm-hmm. So
without further ado, there he is. Look at him.
There he is. There he is in the building. Yeah. What's going on, big dog?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Hey, first of all, let me just say I'm extremely proud of all of you guys. Ty, I don't know you personally, but just a few episodes that you guys have been running. I know you fit in with these cast of characters right here. Hey, but I'm extremely proud of you guys and what you're doing, because speaking of September, and we talk about the rebirth, because all of us got a birthday on September the 16th, except a couple of them cats that got messed around during COVID. We still love you, kind of. that just don't know how to get along with us. But no, in all honesty, the season is the season, but being forged and made a chief is all about experience and development. And that's what I see when I see you guys. So extremely proud of what you're doing. And I tell you, keep up the good work, man.
We appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much, Master Chief.
We appreciate it.
I'm very militant. I'm probably the most one that's was the most institutionalized and has not changed much since I got out. Maybe Al too, but yeah. When I heard we were going to have you on, I knew you were going to drop some knowledge. I'm really excited for it. So thanks.
Yeah. Oh, he came ready for war too. He went black, but he got black Air Forces on. He blacked on black. Hey, he might hop out the car and whoop somebody's ass in this episode, bro.
Hey, man, we always repping 42nd and Post. We come out of the dog on you, boy.
I got a ski mask in your back pocket right now. Hey.
So getting started on this one, Don, like we're super excited to have you here, but I figured today what we would want to do is we want to create an icebreaker question for you. Okay. So here's what we're going to do, because I know that we were ripping and running for you either in Miami or Atlanta, right? So what we're going to do right now, your icebreaker question is Scott, Al, and Matt. What's the ranking board?
Oh, damn, boy. Y'all make it hard, man. Well, I'll tell you, look at your old fit reps.
Oh, that's funny.
We didn't pull no punches, and I think when it's all said and done, all of you guys rose like cream. So I'm giving all of y'all EPs, whether you number one, number two. In my heart, y'all number one. And at the end of the day, rankings is just a hard job for leadership to break people out. The real job is how do you break people out with the hard task and still get them promoted. And hopefully. That's what we did as CPO leadership, because all of you guys rose like cream, and it made me proud as hell to see all of you in khakis. So, Matt, you was already there. So when you put on them stars, I was elated.
I hate it.
I
hate it
appreciate
on
that.
his ass. I talk shit. I was all behind his back like, this motherfucker didn't do shit. He didn't deserve that shit. Fuck that dude.
I got the hookup and everything.
He knew Rudy. I was like, he knows Rudy. That's why.
Hey, that's my boy, Rudy Roo. I just talked to him yesterday.
He ain't doing shit. You should see that dude. He got cornrows and shit in his head now.
Yeah, he told me he's spending $40 to get his hair shaped up. I'm like, man, I'm glad you still got hair. They took all mine.
Yeah, they took mine too.
Me and you both.
So look, so check this out. I think one thing that's high significance that a lot of people don't know, and one of the reasons that make you one of the Dom makers of all time, is that a lot of people spend their whole military career trying to even get to the point to put on or to don some khakis, and you were able to do it. You've been in khakis for a whole 20 years. A whole 20-year term in khakis. I think you made chief in your first 10, if I'm correct. And then, explain how you did that, and then kind of, bring in a little bit about why you are where and why you sit where you sit.
Well, first of all, it wasn't me. It was always about the people that, I was able to work with. They'll say they work for me, but when you creating teams, you can't look at it from the capacity that, you standing on the mountain and you asking folks to do things for you that you're not willing or capable of doing. And I think you guys heard that a lot from me, and that was my mantra. A good chief asks not what you're not willing or capable of doing. And this means when it's time for you to go, you need to move out and make room for somebody else. But yeah, I had a great career. It wasn't easy. But looking back on it, the people was first. Secondly, it was challenging job assignments. What people don't always associate with me with me with his recruiting duty from a perspective of from an E5 to E6, because I was actually reaped. I think they was calling it reaped back then.
Yeah.
Or something. I was reaped the first class based on merit for work done. And for people that don't understand how hard recruiting is, recruiting was the only sure duty that you could get promoted from.
Mm-hmm.
And for folks that got promoted on shore duty, you know, you had a lot of people that hated on the fleet side, but they wasn't out there bagging and tagging, man. You know, and back when I recruited early on, you know, we actually got sea duty credit for recruiting.
Yep.
So, you know,
I'm short a couple sea service ribbons then.
man, look here, recruiting is tough duty. But then you couple that with, you know, doing a tough recruiting assignment and then going back to the fleet, you know, and then doing, you know, what you're supposed to do out there as far as excelling and you know, taking care of business from a leadership side. You know, those are the things that I attribute to, you know, my personal success. And as I'm, you know, as I made chief, you know, and if you guys remember, the first thing I always told you guys is when you make chief, it's no longer about who.
You.
No longer about us.
It's no longer about
Nope.
you.
Mm-hmm.
The things that you do when you put them khakis on, it'll either make you or break you. And that's a byproduct of how you build teams. That's a byproduct of your relationship development. That's a byproduct of you being able to manage, you know, personalities. Because, you know, everybody wants to be the alpha, right? Nobody wants to be that person that, you know, is getting, you know, looked over or passed over because they think that they're always doing the best job. So that first question you asked me about ranking, dude, we used to call them murder boards for a reason. You know, I came out of there with a lot of CPOs that, you know, they done the job. They went to bat for their sailors, and that's what I always wanted to see. You know, if you can passionately, you know, talk about the people that work for you, and you can back that up with tangible, you know, data, meaning, you know, E equals R all day long. If you got the effort and it equals in results, then you're not going to have a bad, you know, time, you know, showing that your sailor deserves.
Right.
Yep.
But, you know, it's hard to polish a turd at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
some people just doesn't know how to, you know, look their leadership self in the face and, you know, say that, you know what, I didn't do what I needed to do for
Yeah.
you either, should I?
I think sometimes a lot of people, though, Don, wanted to be on the leaderboard. That was the problem. I need to be on the leaderboard. I need a person for me up there, and I need to make sure that my guys win, even though that same person was running around talking trash about the people for the last 6 months, but they wanted to win. And I don't think a lot of places I went explain it as good as you when it was in. And I remember being in ranking boards, and you would tell people, you're not here to win. We're here to find the right person. And if the Navy was only going to pick one person to get promoted, you guys got to get it right. And it was always about putting that weight on there and trying to develop and encourage people to work together to find the right person, because that's what we're here to do. But again, a lot of people, they just wanted to win. So I need my person on the board. And then you would see that and how they explained it. Right. And I remember you like stepping in and asking people hard questions about,
right.
You know, explain that to me.
Right.
Like I hear what you're saying.
Break it down. Yeah, break that down.
Show me that paper, right?
Yeah.
Show me that paper. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, when it's all about you, then you have a hard time going back and explaining why you wasn't able to get your sailor, you know, in a position to succeed. Or, and I wouldn't say to not succeed, because, you know, again, you can still write a compelling, you know, fitness report or evaluation and make that sailor, you know, stand out when it comes to some sort of a board being able to recognize what, you know, truly depicts leadership or, the possibilities or the magnitude of what the sailor might be or potential of the sailor. But there's a lot of times again when it becomes me, my. Again, if that was a wake-up call for you as a leader to develop a little bit better or become a better mentor, or invest in what you needed to invest in, because if you had a murder board or a selection board, and again you got people that are truly trying to just say I'm gonna just argue the loudest point and try to make this sailor get it a ranking that they don't deserve, that's about a personal agenda. And whether that was somebody doing something out of character or something that they made a promise. See, sometimes when you look at people and you make these promises that you can't fulfill, then what does that do for your credibility? And,
right.
That's that old saying, don't write a check your ass can't cash. Because if you sitting there, if you're sitting there talking about what you can do, I'm the this, I'm the that, I'm the chief. See, and that it's just because you get that. You get people that are power hungry and use their khakis as leverage in order to do things that they shouldn't be doing. And it's sad that you see that. And you guys, if you've been in any of my DRBs,
I've been
I wasn't. I mean, I was on the good side of the table with your DRBs. I wasn't on the other side of the fucking table. Thank God. I've been writing checks. My ass. I've been writing post-its on my ass.
I'm all about again, tell it like it TI is. And if you got a sailor that you are bringing in front of the mess and potentially in front of the command for some sort of disciplinary action, and we're gonna ask the questions, because one of my disclaimers, ain't nothing we ain't seen, done, heard, talked about being done, or even done ourselves. So when you understand that you've seen it all and you've heard it all, but I'm gonna give you an opportunity anyway, and based on your character is how we're gonna proceed forward, then you said all you need to say. So unfortunately, I've been in there where chiefs turned out to be the problem. And I've had to kick sailors out of DRB and pop a chief towel in front of chiefs, because those are your mentors, those are your peers. And so when you're doing a peer review, that just means that nobody is above board. And the unfortunate side of that is I've always had a caring side where I understand discipline, and if I can give you a good ass chewing and maybe a little bit of humility, a little humiliation, then it'll get you back on track. Because I've always kind of seen kicking people out as kind of a leadership failure. If you might get an SP, you might get a P, but that ain't on me. That's on you. Now you can recover from it. However, if you've done something that basically became an offense later on, that your hands got tied for, then you've done all you can do. And I've seen chiefs at that point go beyond what they needed to be as chiefs in order to argue a point. And it's like, shipmates, let that one go, because at the end of the day, it was always my personal belief and opinion that if we can salvage a sailor, salvage him. And I had that conviction because as a young sailor, man, I was Bro, I was
Hey, that was a deep ass sigh. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
that's a big one.
Hey, woo. Hey, I will say this too, Don. Hey, you got another legend out here watching your podcast. Your boy Ted's on here listening to you. I told him to post,
Teddy Bear.
I told him to post a comment, but he don't know shit about social media. He probably trying to figure out what buttons to type. He don't know what's going on.
I can hear Ted right now, man. He's got some expletives.
Right.
He's over there, like me right now, having a little, little nightcap.
Yeah. Hey, Ty, do this for me. Put me on the side by side with the big dog. Put me on the side by side with him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so like this picture right here. Now, this day, you know what I'm saying, I'm going through my season, but this day right here, I keep this picture right here because this day was like one of the most important days that I had. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you this, right? Because I hate to be the downer, but it's not necessarily a downer, but I just try to tell it like a TI is. Yes, I wore my shades today because I figured that I might choke up, right? Because when I, doing this podcast and it's talking about bringing on a guest, bringing somebody, man, this man right here, I guess my point this way, because when you talk about somebody, what somebody mean to you in a leadership realm, coming from, broken home, not having a dad and trying to figure things out myself as a man. And you get into the military, my mindset coming into the military was, I'm going to change the Navy. Like, ain't nobody going to tell me to do no push-ups. Nobody going to tell me to do this. You know what I'm saying? I can fight. I can get my way through it. But, when somebody teaches you how to be a man, right? Man to man, that's a tough thing. There's a whole lot of respect that comes in with that. My respect and admiration for you, Don, is so high that there's no words that can explain it. And when I go back to this day, man, I was stressed out. I'm skinny. I'm losing weight. I wasn't talking to my boys, man. And you told me, hey. You know what I'm saying? Call them boys and talk to them, and you just knew you were able to read what I was going through, man, and get me back up and get me strong again when I was going through so much stuff. The level of respect I have for you, man, is so high. So I wanted to bring you on that, man, to personally thank you for what you've been to me as a mentor, as a leader, and as a man. And we still talk, man. You know what I mean? We talk all the time on a day-to-day basis, but it was important for me to personally thank you, man, for being who you were, because I know you came from, you know what I'm saying? You came from the hood, Indiana. You know what I mean? And I came from the hood. I can't say Colorado's the hood because people like, man, what is that? But man, I got table saws. I know how to cut angles. I know how to do, and you taught me all those things, man. And where I thought that things was going bad, like, man, why he got us doing all this, man? We over here, you just taught me, man, hard work. You taught me how to do hard work, take care of your family, be a man. Tell it like a TI is, stand on what you believe and move forward, man. And we're here today, man. So I personally, man, wanted to bring you in here on the Triple Threat Bet podcast with all my friends, you know what I'm saying? Matt, Ty, Al, and just personally thank you, man, for being the big dog that you've been for me my whole life, man. And that's my personal thing I wanted to do. After that, y'all can go ahead with it.
Well, let me
I wanted to cry. I was hoping he would cry a little more.
I tell you what, man. It's not just him being emotional, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm trying real hard because I know. See, when you have a connection to people, and I'm gonna tell you, and that was my whole thing with the mess. It ain't just about, and people that go through a season with me, they understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about all the trivial things that people say that we do during CPO season. That's not what it's all about. It's about development of character, personality. See, remember when you guys had your charge books and they told you to go around and get signatures, right?
Yep.
The whole purpose, and I'm gonna tell you, some knuckleheads didn't even understand it. All they wanted to do is, abuse the hell out of, the selectees when they went around. And it was my job to make sure that you guys were always getting something valuable as you went around. And what you should be doing is learning about who that person is that's doing the signature. Yeah, you might be doing some menial task while you're doing that. And that's a part of the aha phenomenon that kicks in maybe about 4 years after you've been in khakis, because you always walk around with, man, I don't know what that shit was all about. But see, you got it. That's the aha phenomenon.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people look, oh, he got us over here doing this. But see, what people don't understand is I was one of the biggest contributors financially every CPO season.
Everyone, absolutely.
Yep.
And you earn that. And there's a reason why. It might have been a menial task, but look at what you're learning.
Oh, yeah.
And I realized that when I was a young chief, that, it was some bullshit right here. and that's the way some people leave it. You leave it there if you never take anything away from it.
Yeah.
If you don't learn the value of those few weeks that you get. See, because when I made chief, we really had a season.
What year you make it, Don?
I made chief in 97.
Damn.
You was a GI Joe. I was playing with them motherfuckers still. Damn.
Hey, and when I made chief, we found out in June, late June.
Yep.
And so by the time the list came out, you racking and stacking for the whole season until you got pinned September the 16th.
September, right.
And so what you guys, they always say, every class, says that it gets easier at the end. Those guys didn't get it. But you know what did you give them to get?
Right.
Navy is always going to try to take the season away. I was looking at a video the other day, and you saw Chiefs now with social media, everybody, the secret's out the bag. Oh, CPO season, we everybody's donning hats and crying and shit. And that's not what the season is all about. You crying for another reason. You crying because something happened for you, which you should be glad, because it's a feat. It's something to be proud of. However, what you really should be crying about is what it really means when you transition.
Yeah.
Because when you shed in that first class scheme, there should be something that is happening internally to make you say, this is why I want to be in khakis. Not because I want to tell people what to do. I can take longer lunches. You know what I mean?
Head of the line privileges and the passing ID.
Yeah. Some people just don't get it. You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me you're gonna work your butt off as a first class 18 hours a day, and then when you make chief, that's your career ending point. I've made it. No, that just says that you are the leading example that's out there in front of everybody, still beating that same drum beat of success, so that somebody's always got something to look up to. If you got proteges and you're mentoring people and showing them shortcuts and taking corners, then what you think you're gonna be leading. I'm doing exactly what you taught me to do. Yeah. But if you can say I've taught you how to do things to where you don't have to call somebody and spend thousands of dollars to do something, then guess what? You've learned a trade.
Yeah.
You've done. Look at old Hammonds. What's up?
Go Dogs, baby.
I see old Josh. What's up, Josh?
And see, that's what it's all about. I follow all you guys, and I see even some of the junior sailors that are in khakis now, and I'm just I'm proud. It's their turn, you know what I mean? And that's when that's the real joy you get as a leader when you see a lineage of folks that are succeeding, based on principles and guidance that you gave them.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what it's all about. So when it was CPO season, man, you know, you got time to laugh. You got things that you look back on and you should be smiling. You know, and I look back on everybody's season and I can tell some things, you know, I just laugh because, you know, I remember looking at the bitter beard faces when when they over there painting, telling this some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Everybody want to tell them CMC got us over there doing his basement. Well, you know, you ain't really doing the basement. You doing some old bullshit to help me out.
I got a party coming up in a couple of months. Need to get ready for that thing.
Hey, dude, come on, man. I need to come and build a pond when I was in Miami, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, you're gonna earn them dollars that I'm giving to make sure that you know it. See, on the other end of it, when you at the khaki ball and you wasn't able to do no push-ups and shit, you know, you couldn't run that last run, boy. You out there got your dancing shoes on with your girl, and you know, you're out there kicking it. You know, but you laugh about stuff like that, man, because that some bitch wasn't shit during the season, boy. Look at him.
I think they were building that pond for like 3 years.
Oh my god! But you know what? That was an every year. That was an every year project.
But what I mean is, they don't realize that last year the pond got built, but then somehow after the season, the pond went away, and you're like, "Oh, we got to finish this pond." And people
get that motherfucker back in.
You know what?
The other chiefs that never went over was like, "Oh shit, they're still building the pond," and you're like, "Yeah, man, it's a big project, but
just a dirt hole." Shit.
Yeah, they couldn't, like, they didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, this is the team building aspect of the season for you, that you brought people into your home to show them, like, hey, you're going to come here, but I need you to work together. The only way to do that is to do what? Sandbags, rocks, put them together, figure it out, you know?
But you know what's crazy, Matt?
But hold on real quick. So first thing you said was, I welcomed you into my home.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So see, here's the first opportunity to learn from your leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know everybody that came to my house, they got a good meal.
Oh yeah,
they got some downtime.
Even if they didn't like gluten, even if they said they were gluten free.
Hey, damn.
Hey, they ain't no regular old butter. They got gluten on it. But I mean, but that's what it's all about. You know, it's like, okay, I don't want you to come to my house after, you know, you get your khakis on and think that, you know what, now I'm afforded that opportunity. No, you know, it's all about relationships. You know, you already in. You didn't get nothing special. It's just, you know, it's the things that we do to ensure that the well-being of our sailors is there. You know, at that time, I got a chance to get them away from the craziness that was happening all day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I already know, boy, first year Chiefs, boy, they walk around, boy, with them new tags still on their khakis. All they want to do is get some get back, right? So
the exchange.
The aha phenomenon hadn't kicked in yet, so they don't understand what their real, you know, duty is during CPO season, and that's to aid in the development. You know, they talking about, you can get on these shoes, get this, you know, get that spit shine going, you know. No, down, lean in position.
Hey, Don, when I made chief, I remember like that first like week after I you know, pinned it on, and I was opposite to y'all. I pinned my shit on the 17th because I was in Ohio with Clementi, CJ, and we had to do it with all the fucking reservists. So I was out there with 80 fucking reservists pinning on. But that next week, I'll never forget. My ass was riding to work in my truck with my motherfucking big hat on in the truck, bro. I was like, shit, right? And I look over and motherfucking CJ right beside me, just like this. Like, there I was, bro. I was in the truck, bro. The hat, the cover on, bro. And I looked over that motherfucker to the red light like this.
What? But Hero, you deserved, man. You know, I tell you what, man. I wish we could have got it done. You know, when you were with me, and you know, you got guys that you just, you know, you just want them to come up, you know, under your wing. But CJ, you know, I know you guys did good up there. But you know, I tell you, there's nothing like CPO season and final night when there's some real substance to it, man.
Yep.
I tell you,
the humility piece was, what probably I took them, because I came in thinking I had already arrived, right? I'm a first class. I'm running a division. I felt like shit. I'm already here. So I think the hardest thing for me was being humble, right? And remembering, like, dude, you didn't get here on your own, right? You didn't do you didn't. And I took that from you guys. I mean, golly, Rudy, I'll never forget when I made senior chief, because Rudy came in and fucking told me I didn't make it. So I called my wife and was like, I didn't make it. Then he was like, I'm just fucking kidding. So, but when I went to his office, he was, he talked to me again about the season, right? He brought it back up and was like, you don't think about, that's it. Once you make chief, that process, you'll never do it again.
Get that again.
The next time when you pin on, he was like, you may senior chief. He's like, but it's cool and it's great and whatever, right? But now here you go, pin these motherfuckers on, go back to work. If you don't take that process seriously, you don't reflect back on it, even being retired, reflecting back and remembering, hey, what did I learn? Like, what did I take from it? That humility piece has really stuck with me, because I've never been like a humble type of guy. I've always been alpha type, like fucking
no way.
What? But I do remember, being with you guys and even as a first class, I didn't see it then until I did make chief, right? The guidance you were giving me and all these chiefs and people were giving me as a first class. I mean, shit. Like, I should have seen it then, but it definitely was an eye-opening experience for fucking sure. So my question for you would be, when you made chief, what was probably your biggest takeaway? I'm sure you got a bunch of them, but what would be one of your biggest takeaways that when you made chief back in '97, when all the rest of us motherfuckers was still trying to figure out what to do?
Man, I was just out of boot camp in '97, bro.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I took away from it, man. It was bittersweet, man, because see, back then we were still being made to eat stuff, and I good, better, and different.
Gluten,
dude, gluten, whatever the hell it was presented in front. See what I didn't know then, and I say, you really don't take much away. Well, you shouldn't.
Not your first
year. Take much away from it your first year, because you still kind of pissed off.
Oh yeah, you mad?
Shit, you know what I mean?
But
see, here's the problem that I have with these modern day chiefs. See, they got the big head brag syndrome, and they want to look at the brains on Brad. They want to tell them all the answers to the quiz. But what do you leave for them to learn?
Right.
Learning is about, we talk about forging, and we talking about, what happens when you forge steel. You got to heat it up. You got to get them elements in there that you're going to strengthen it so that when you go to use that sword, it's strong. See, you can't make a strong sword if you cheating. That means that if you don't challenge your mess, you don't challenge your leaders to learn. If I'm sitting here giving you all the answers to the quiz, then what good are you going to be to me? You're going to call me every time you got a problem. You're going to call me every time you want to answer. So the biggest thing that I took away from CPO season was the fact that, the answers should never be given. They should be earned. Just like those anchors you put on your collars. They should be earned. And in the process of earning, you have to have a delicate balance between, teaching humility and just being, just straight up ignorant about how you proceeding to, use your power over somebody who's needing your guidance. Outside of the, bro, I couldn't use the bathroom for about a week because all the crap we had to eat. I mean, you guys are young. You're old enough to know when you went through shellback, initiation, how that shit was, and
you gotta get an idea.
It's all about understanding, humility, and that's the fire. yeah, you're gonna get pissed about some stuff. You know, you walking around as the wog dog on dang on non-skid for about 3 or 4 hours. You know, it pisses you off. So you get heated. So, through the humility, though, there's a lesson in everything that you learn and how you convey that same, opportunity to develop somebody, when you have the chance. So, leadership is what, I take away from CPO season. It's not about you. It's about, again, if you were humble enough to accept what someone was trying to instill in you, because you can't instill something in somebody if it's not repetitious, if it's not redundant, if it's not redundancy, frequency. If I don't, test you without giving you the answers, then what good are you going to be to that sailor?
I would say this though: the only people on this call who are real Navy are you and fucking Scott. I don't know what the fucking shellback is.
I was trying to pretend.
I don't even know the CBs. I was in the CBs. I was when you was talking. I was googling non-skid. What the fuck is non-skid?
Oh, see, now don't do that.
Scary as fuck.
You can't make it look that bad. But I tell you what, though. So we're at the point now, Don. We got to pay a couple bills. But when we come back, what we're gonna do is talk about what you're doing now and see what you're doing to help people out there, because I know you've continued that tradition of what you did in when you're out. So we're gonna be right back.
And he's got to get in the big high tizzle hot seat.
Oh,
we doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, real quick before we go pay some bills, shout out to Eric Mindy, shout out to Joshua Hammonds, Daniel Totten, all those who are watching on YouTube. And wherever else you watch.
Ted Schaefer, who just texted me, he can't figure out how to do the comments.
Yeah, shouts out to Ted. Everybody who's joining in on the podcast, we appreciate you. Even though we don't see you all the time, we feel you and we know you're here. So everybody who supports us through all of these streams and all these podcasts, we appreciate you. You're live here with the legend, Don Massey. We're going to pay a couple of bills and we'll be right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. This is a Triple Threat Vet podcast. And you're live with your man Ty, Don Massey, Matt Johnson, and my man Al Hero. And your boy, DJ Royalty, a.k.a. Blake being Blake. We'll be right back.
Get ready to groove to the electrifying sounds of DJ Royalty, the maestro of mixing who knows how to turn any event into an unforgettable dance sensation. Royalty Entertainment is here to bring you the ultimate musical experience straight from the ones and twos in your ears and through your body to activate them dancing shoes. Get ready to sweat, party, and have a good time while your DJ needs are being blazed by none other than me, DJ Royalty. I have spent years crafting together a DJ entertainment empire that promises a customized blend of musical tracks, mix and mastering, and top quality sound, all while providing a vibrant ambiance to accommodate any of your DJ needs. Royalty Entertainment Services is your premier one-stop shop for top-tier musical entertainment and is hosted by yours truly. For more information, reservations, and booking, feel free to look around the website at godjroyalty.com. I am DJ Royalty, and this has been another Royalty Entertainment production. Yeah.
Got Your Six Culture is a veteran-owned t-shirt company that's making a powerful impact, one t-shirt at a time. These guys are simply badass. Whether you're a proud veteran or a family member or a patriot at heart, you're going to find the perfect tee that speaks directly to your soul. But wait, there's more. When you shop at Got Your Six Culture, you're not just supporting veterans, you're supporting American small business. You're also supporting the dream of veteran-owned small businesses around the world, and these guys put heart and passion into everything through designing all their t-shirts right here in the USA, ensuring you have top-notch quality in every design that you purchase. Show your appreciation for veterans and first responders today, and head over to GotYourSixCulture.com and browse their amazing collection of products. And guess what? Our friends at Got Your Six have a badass treat special for our listeners. Use the code TRIPLETHREAT at checkout and get an exclusive 15% discount on your purchase. So show your support for our heroes of country and community. Shop at GotYourSixCulture.com right now. And don't forget to use the code TRIPLETHREAT at checkout for an additional 15% off. Hashtag same flag, same oath.
So our number one priority is taking care of veterans like you. So just got a couple of bits of paperwork for you to sign. Right? And these?
All of this?
Oh yeah, just a few more. And these?
Don't you have an easier way to do this whole thing?
And these, and we'll be done. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing an existing mortgage, or trying to lower your monthly payment, Veteran Mortgage Solutions have the resources, knowledge, and experience to help. No down payment required. Easy approval process. Minimum 580 credit score, competitively low interest rates, limited closing costs. Don't keep going back and forth proving your income with other providers. Visit veteranmortgagesolutions.com.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to Daniel Totten, Army Sergeant First Class recruiter right here in the spring. I forget what they call it, spring region or something, but he just retired. So big shout out to Daniel Totten, Claymore with the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, chapter 2329. Thanks for watching, fellas.
Yes, sir. Back live, huh?
Yep.
Are we live?
My man.
We're live.
So, Don, so coming back from what we did, we know that, I mean, obviously the three of us that are on here today, there's a lot of people watching. I mean, I saw somebody in there that said, raise your hand if you've been pulled alongside one time, shipmate. Like, that's just the way it was, right? And I tell you what, being told to be pulled alongside was like you knew that your mom was telling you, you need to come over here and talk to me real quick. We need to have a conversation. But I want to know, like, what are you doing now? You know, like, tell us how your transition from being in and making that much of an impact every day, and then coming out and having, I mean, and it's the reality, not having that same impact immediately. And then what kind of things have you done to help yourself get back into that realm of feeling like you're making that impact? Because for someone like you, I would argue with anybody on here that honestly is what makes you tick, is helping people and helping them, you know, get better and strive. So walk us through some of the stuff you're doing now and kind of like your transition and how you've been able to evolve to what you've done today.
Hey, yeah, absolutely, man. I'm gonna tell you, I'll be honest. I watched the show last week, and I know you had a shipmate on there that was going through some stuff, and he was a comedian, and it was good to hear people, you know, be genuine about their story, and I was really, you know, the thing I was happy about that episode is, you know, through all the light humor about it, you know, there was a come alongside shipmate moment there, you know, and I know Scott pulled him alongside and you know, he just gave him some good shipmate information and said, hey, you know, if you need some help, reach out. Because a lot of times we don't see when, you know, we don't necessarily see all the signs when folks are going through some things. But what we do know is if you've ever spent some time during, you know, the 90s or the 2000s, the early 2000s, that you've been in some crisis situations, and good sailors don't always, or soldiers don't always, you know, talk about those things. So, you know, for me, you know, my transition out, I did 30 years, and I tell this to people that, you know, that really know me. I just needed to decompress, man. I really didn't want to be around people a whole lot. So, you know, I'm kind of, you know, I'm a gamer. So I game online, you know, where I can, you know, be amongst people, but not amongst people, if you know what I mean. So, you know, that was kind of for me for the longest. And of course, you know, I got into doing a lot of stuff around the house. And, you know, I started a do it, you know, Master Chief knows how type page where, you know, I can upload videos on how to do shit without having to go out and pay somebody to do it. So my goal is always to, you know, give people knowledge. You know what I mean? There's things that people are kind of afraid to venture out on because they don't, you know where to start. So that's kind of my whole thing behind that. So what I found out real quick was, you know, without a production staff and you doing all this stuff on your own, you really got to become, you know, knowledgeable about a lot of stuff, you know, and I built computers all my life, but, you know, editing, you know, podcast or videos that you want to upload, you know, for the world to see, you know, that's a whole different ball game. So I've been, you know, teaching myself that, along with still being busy and doing things that I could capture, that I could probably show people how to, you know, do things around their own dwelling, or if they want to start a business, you know, if that's what you plan to do.
Don, can you share that? If you have a link for that, can you share that with us so we can start sharing it on our page as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, get us that link, brother.
It's called How To with Master Chief. And like I said, I'm wrapping up a lot of videos that kind of got stockpiled. So now that I've got into the editing portion, then I'm gonna start, you know, firing those off. So you might see some in rapid succession, just because, you know, they was done previously. So now the editing has been done. So now they get up. The content,
so you're doing
relatable.
You created a whole show on redoing all the stuff you asked people to do for many years during the season, so it could be done right.
well, to my credit, you know, I didn't ever push people beyond the limits that I thought they were capable of.
You asked, hey, I see the picture with Scott's ass doing some tool work in the back. You know, whoever he fixed, he thought I had to redo.
Hey, Scott goes to work, man. I ain't gonna lie. Now he wasn't as polished as he is now, but you know, he'll call me and say, "Hey, man, I just hung this TV up on the back patio," you know, and I just smile because you know what, you learn something.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's what it's all about. You can't be afraid to step out there and do stuff, man. But I'm doing that. I'm starting the podcast. Like I said, I want to, you know, I'm be working with, you know, some of the other leaders that, you know, I work with, and I'll be reaching out to a lot of folks. But I'm going to be working, you know, that, and I want to get into some mentorship and development, and maybe a little bit of consulting. But you know, me and my boy D. Wayne Rosser, a lot of you guys know.
Big meat in the building.
Yeah,
D. Wayne.
You know, a lot of people, you know, you just, you know, sometimes when you get relationships that, you know, you can have a Batman and Robin where you know, what's the old phrase? Iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
You know, when you get folks that, you know, can push you to you know, go beyond what, you know, your realizations are, you know, and you can push each other. You know, it's always good to harness that kind of talent, and that's, you know, some things we've done. You know, Rudy, I'm gonna bring Rudy in some kind of way. You know, Rudy's real low key, man.
He don't want to work. He just goes to the gym. I asked him, he's like, that's all I do. So speaking of that, I was gonna ask you. You've always been a cocky as a motherfucker too, all scary ass. Are you still doing your thing in the weight room?
Man, you know what, bro? I still get in the gym, but you know, I've been sidelined for the last few months, and I've had some medical issues that I've been dealing with, man, and without, you know, trying to get a sob story in there, but you know, sometimes you have to realize your limitations, and I ain't no young spring no more, chicken, bro. Man. But I ain't no punk either, though.
Hey, Don, I'm up here in North Dakota. I went to the little gym here. Like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do a little better. And I got in that motherfucker some young bucks, and I was like, oh, I'm about to show out. So I decided I'm gonna try 250 again. It's been a while, bro. The next morning, my motherfucking shoulder, my elbow. I was hurting all night just trying to do it. Hey, I'm not going over. I ain't going over 225 no more.
We all, you know, get to a point where we in the gym and we get comfortable again, you know. Yeah. And then we get you know, you get them friendly reminders that, you know, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, don't get too comfortable.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I had the same thing happen, you know, to me, Hero, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was damn near grown man cry type stuff.
Yes,
this was like back in April, man, and I'm gonna tell you, But I was going to physical therapy, bro. And hey, what's up, Eric? Hey, but I was going to physical therapy, man, and got, you know, treated for it and avoided surgery. But, you know, I've had probably 5 surgeries since
my
I
shoulder.
retired.
Yeah, shoulder surgeries.
You know, that shit takes a toll, bro. And but I say that to say that, you know, we have to, you know, your health is your wealth, and you realize that, long after you've done your service for your country. Because here's the reality, man, and I hate to say this, but it's one thing when you're wearing that uniform, and we all want to work ourselves to a point where we can get out of that uniform and be proud of what we've done. But at the end of the day, all you get is thanks for your service, bro.
Yeah.
And that's just the facts, man. And
little baby VA check, a little baby retirement, bro.
And so, again, my point, my whole premise is this, man. And I know you guys are doing the same thing, and all of you guys are recruiters. So, we do a great job of showing people how to get in, right?
Right.
Mhm.
But do you
Not how to get out.
do you do a good job of getting people ready
To get
for what's to come? Because I ain't gonna lie, man, I went to the dentist after I retired, bro, and I had to write a check for $2,500 on the spot. Hey man, can I break you off a little bit later on? No, hey,
let me get that.
and how do you want to pay for that? Is that cash or car? Hey,
Y'all take post-dated checks or WIC check. I got a WIC check in the car. Y'all want this motherfucker?
Can I get a military discount?
bro. I mean, you spend 30 years getting your teeth clean when you want to. You get, root canals and fillings and caps and all that good stuff, man. But hey, that dental insurance ain't no joke, man.
Yeah.
And the one we get in retirement sucks. I thank God that the company I work for, the dental insurance is so much better than what I got. I use my company insurance. Fuck that TRICARE bullshit. They're trying to kill me.
Yeah. So I mean, but to my point is okay, how can we as again veteran retirees utilize our knowledge once again to help those that are coming behind us? It's always about paying it forward. If we can help somebody else out, and I still get a lot of phone calls, man. Spouses that don't quite understand how retired benefits work, so I think it's a lot that I've had my downtime, and now it's like, okay, God has blessed me to have knowledge and to be able to go through adversities as I've retired and surgeries and still be able to have my faculties to so what am I going to do with them? It's all about paying it forward, giving it back, not to be somebody that, thinks that they know it all, or, it's all about, I've always been one that, you come to me, I'll give you what you need, but I don't need to be soliciting my, advice on you, but I certainly, if there's a platform to where we can engage, and have conversations that'll help somebody out, absolutely. That's what we all should be striving for.
Well, you mentioned that you was a gamer, and I know this firsthand. So I'm just gonna tell people out there right now: if you play Call of Duty with Master Chief, and he happened to kill you, or he happened to pick you up, just know that pretty little gun you got, you ain't getting that back.
He takes all your shit.
Charge that shit to the game. That shit's gone.
Yeah, he's from Indiana.
Hey, listen, he gonna tell you, hey man, I gave you your life back. You still crying about that goddamn gun. Hey man, keep it moving, big dog. Come on, let go. Come alongside, but you got to figure it out. Hey, take this gun, but that gun you got right there. Hey, bro, run that. So that's one. Two, I still, when I got out after I made Chief, I still went by Master Chief house to go help him do work at the house, man, only because I enjoy that mentorship and I learned so much. I was learning every day. So he'll tell you, man, I used to go back, and I bring my boys and they be out there running around in the yard. One time, man, my son Donovan was out there and he was standing in the ant pile. Man, he had ants all over. Oh man, we got some stories to tell, man.
Oh my God, poor little fella, man.
At least he helped you out. At least Don helped you out because he didn't save me from Ross's ass. Bro, Ross called me in Noonan, Georgia one time, and I thought we just got disconnected. Like he called me, chew my fucking ass. Like, Rosser gave me the business and then didn't say bye. Just I was like, hello, CR. So I called. I was stupid as hell and called back. And this motherfucker said, what do you want? I was like, well, I thought maybe we got disconnected. He was like, no, motherfucker. But if you want to come to Ditcher and talk about it, I was like, I'm good. And I'm thinking, I know Dom was probably in the office right next door and heard all this shit. Didn't save me. I was like, oh, all right. Hung up on my ass again.
Hey, bro,
you
know why I didn't save you, man? Let me tell you something, and that's why I'm gonna tell you, man, that's why me and Dwayne are such good friends to this day, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, bro, and I talked about my DRBs earlier, and if you ever been to my DRBs, they were loud and intentional.
Oh yeah,
and everybody in the building heard my DRBs, and it was for a reason. Because I didn't want them. I didn't want the next sailor to think that they, was gonna do something to come back in there or come to my DRBs. But I got that from I had when I was in Keflavik, I had a Puerto Rican Master Chief. His name was Josh Araka, man. And I learned that from him. And he never said why he did that. But if you're a chief and you understand, tactics, then you know why people do something, and it's called a pointed barb. That's what it's called. It's a pointed barb, and I always, I looked at the way he did that, but the more compelling thing that he did or didn't do was send him up to the skipper to do the mess's job, and that's what Rosser was doing when he was up in there, boy. He was doing a job that needed to be done. You still survived it.
Yep.
And you know what? One thing about that dude is Big Ross. As big as he was, his heart was just as big. That dude. Oh yeah. He never missed an opportunity to once he done crushed your soul. He brought you back up. I don't know if you remember Street. Remember Street?
Yeah. Big Daniel's in the building.
Hey, I want to give him a big shout out. So I had Daniel Street, and he was one of my young recruiters. He was an MM3. In Noonan, Georgia. And when I say you think about College Park, that motherfucking College Park, bro. Yeah. He was in the office calling moms shawty and this motherfucker, bro. Hey, and now this dude is crushing the game. He'll probably put on that second star. He's a damn senior chief. And I remember the day he made second class. He didn't make it the first time. I let him go home. He was upset, went home. The next cycle, he couldn't even look at it. He turned the computer and was like, hey, Al, could you read this? And I was like, yeah, bro, you made it. And you would have thought this dude hit the lottery. But I remember Young Street, bro. And I was like, bro, you got to tell him, you can't call these ladies shoddy and what up, Ma? You got to fucking slow down, College Park.
That's who he is. And you know what? While you talk about my man, Big Daniel Street, I watch, I look on Facebook to see how he motivates and have them sailors working for him, man, because he believes and he's down for them people. But again, it goes to the leadership. And, people are watching, D. People watching. I see you, man. I look for them videos, but the way that you praise your people for the work that they put in every day, I know they appreciate that, man. We love to see it. I'm happy you made it. You right where you need to be.
Oh, bro, that dude.
Yes, sir.
I look at, I watch his videos too, because I'm not going to throw you out there, Dan, but I'm going to tell you this, Street. I know for a fact that some of them little classroom presentations you did, I know where you got them motherfuckers from, bro. Yeah. I know where you got that from, bro.
Classroom presentations was my junk, but I go in there and I break you down with them classroom presentations, man.
Yeah, but what's weird though, real quick, is he put a comment in there earlier that said when Don was talking about he had the loudest DRBs in the building, that you can't do that no more. Street, that just wasn't no more. Like, you wasn't supposed to do that anywhere else. I went to commands and I was in DRB going crazy, and the CMC was like, hey, hold on, come here real quick. Like, you can't do that. I was like, what are you talking about? We got to send a message. And he was like, no, not here. I was like, oh, what just happened? Like, we're not supposed to be loud like that?
Yeah.
Well,
see, now you got me in trouble.
No, I didn't get you close. See, I learned a long time ago, man. Here and to that very point, can you not do it?
Oh, no, you could. I didn't listen very good.
Well, here's the thing. Are you saying things that are derogatory, or you just being vocal?
Yeah,
you can't tell me that I can't be vocal. Now, see, if you being derogatory towards somebody and you cussing them out, see, you got to know how to play the game.
Yeah.
And see,
that's what I learned from you, though. I learned from you, make your point loud, but don't like pointedly talk to somebody. Don't attack them personally. Don't make it personal. You need to make it about what they did and what the situation is. You got to fact find. So when I'm being loud, like it was amazing to hear, like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, what are we doing in here? Are we gonna high five him on the way out too, or what are we doing?
Hey, I didn't go to, and Don never took me to DRB, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I remember back in the day, you would have, I was in a DRB in the schoolhouse, and I watched Rudy make a dude call his wife on, like, you're gonna call your mama and your wife. I was like, oh shit, bro.
That's what we did.
That's classic Don Massey,
that's what we did, man.
Yep.
Hey,
call your mama. Oh,
I had a dude call his wife and tell her that he wasn't coming home because he was going to restriction up in Jacksonville.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Hey, no. You
tell her like it
you tell her why you ain't coming home.
Right.
Because you over there. Oh man, I could tell you, I ain't gonna get into it, but I could tell you about some DRB. but I want to make one point. I want to make one point because what Street said. See, I learned this from a retired Master Chief years ago. And it was because Master Chiefs in those leadership positions were starting to change, that, and he said to me, you guys, see, we fought hard to get power. You guys are going to give it back. And see, that's what I talk about when it comes to self-preservation. See, if you gotta walk around on eggshells and you can't have a conversation with your skipper and y'all don't have the relationship to understand that it's my job to ensure the sailors, develop. It's not the skipper's job. That's my job.
Yeah.
So how I do it, you need to understand how that works. See, because what we can be doing is sitting up here processing people out of the Navy, and then eventually they're gonna look at you and say, "Well, what's going on down there, Skip?"
Yeah.
So here's the thing: when Master Chief, Mech Pond Black became the first Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, think about what he had to endure. See, he didn't have no chevrons. It wasn't no identification of what that position meant. But if he'd have failed, guess what?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody would have said, go on back. We don't need your kind. But see, he took it on the chin. And even in an environment where he wasn't accepted or wanted, nonetheless, he excelled, he thrived, and he developed the messes to have a power base. But again, you lose power when you're not doing your job. You lose power. You lose power when you don't tell it like it is.
Yep.
And that's the job of the mess, man. And especially if you get, promoted to Master Chief, you got a great responsibility, and it's your job. It's your job to manage that effectively.
Yep.
So if I can save sailors like I was saved, then you know what? I've done something significant that helps somebody else out.
Yep.
So
well, check this out. Well, I appreciate you, man. Because we could be here for 3 days talking with you, man. There's so much wisdom floating across here. We can go on for days. But you're not getting out of here without getting in the hot seat. I know you trying to long talk so you don't have to deal with it, but we gonna get you there. So man. I know I gave you a forewarning that it was gonna go. Ty got something that he's got to ask from you because he needs to know what you're 5, and I'm gonna give you time to wrap your mind around that before I hit you with my 10, and then we're gonna talk some sports. But TY, hey, but you know what? Before we do that, Massey, is there anybody that you want to give a shout out to? Anything like that?
I'm gonna, I just want to say again, man, I'm extremely proud of all of you guys, but I'm extremely proud of, the lineage of sailors that you look at Street. I mean, look at look at Custo. I mean, think about it. And I'm a pull my proud card for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about the last 2 national chief recruiters,
Yes, sir. Where'd they come
belong to
from?
me, big dog.
Oh yeah,
Damn right.
yeah,
Yes,
Fucking
sir.
right.
yeah.
Hey, and I'm extremely proud of them. And again, as I always said, there's always more than one way to get to an intended end result. And if you're a good leader, then you understand and recognize it's not always about you and the way you want it done, but your ability to empower other people to do something that could change the way that you even look or approach things. So, so bring it on, Ty. Let's get it, man. I know y'all got to
Go ahead, Ty. Hit him
wrap
up.
this thing up.
All right, I got one for you. So I'm not going to do the complete top 5, but what I'd like to know is who is your favorite MC of all time? And then I want you to tell me who is the best MC of all time. Like my favorite may be different from who I actually know is the best. So who is your favorite MC of all time? And who's the best?
I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Ty going easy. Ty, you can't be going soft on me. Ty.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
I don't even think that's easy. That's kind of harder because you got to say who your favorite is.
Yeah,
man,
That's a tough one.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I've changed my favorite over the years, and y'all know y'all have too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna tell you,
right now,
there's one that will always, no matter what you put on, is gonna give you one of these, and that's Tupac, bro. Hey, you can't bet against, Pac. Pac been dead 27 years, a couple days ago.
Yeah, I gotta scratch this one out. I got that. He already answered that. I gotta pick another
one. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, and to my chagrin, and I don't think he is one of my top now. That's just because the slant that he's gone toward. But I'm gonna tell you, Jay was hey man, when I was coming up, boy, Jay was a lyrical, assassin.
Yep.
But he wouldn't be an assassin if it wasn't for Scarface. Face was one of the first to really just, spit just straight game.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go back and drop the top, sometimes it take me back a few years. I can always put on something Face and just get my ride on.
Smile, gotta be top greatest songs ever.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, Lil Wayne, Weezy's a beast. But I would be remiss if I didn't say King Ape. That's my son, man. Dominique Massey. That boy's
okay. Okay,
there you go.
You
go ahead and do it.
You can find him on Apple, man.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy, man. Okay. And I just wish all the best for him as he's doing his thing. Because the industry can be a wicked place, man. And I just for all of those guys that are out there still doing it, man. I hope you do it with integrity. And not lose who you are at the core, as you searching for that success. But yeah, man, that's a tough question, man.
It's a tough question for sure. All right, we got that. All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get to this hot seat. Before I do that, shout out to my man Todd True Blood that's in the building watching. I got to give a shout out to my man. All right, so this is what we gonna do. This is how we gonna do it. Go ahead and hit me with the side by side. You know what I mean? I need to see the expressions on his face. Right? Yeah, I need to see that. Yeah. Well, the first one he already had answered. I was going to ask him who was his favorite between Tupac and DMX, but based on your thing, if you had to go Tupac or DMX, where you going? You only can choose one, and if you don't choose, we gonna do the drink champs thing. We're gonna have to take a shot if you can't choose.
Oh man, you know what? I didn't. Bro, that's
I'm gonna hit you with the best shot. You know what I mean? All that shit you did to me during season, you got to get this.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, man. X was different, bro. He was different, but if I had to choose though, man, I'm still going with Pac though, bro.
All right, Tupac, we got it. All right, so next one, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams.
Oh, bro, early Chappelle, I would say no, because Cat Williams is just funny as hell, man. But,
Yeah,
but I see the genius in Chappelle's comedy, bro, and he's the GOAT right now, man. So I'm gonna go with Chappelle on that one.
Okay,
That's a good question too.
I know this is gonna make some people upset or not. LeBron James, Michael Jordan.
You said that with a straight face.
With a straight face.
And you already know where I'm going.
Where you going?
MJ, bro.
Oh,
Okay.
my goodness.
Okay.
All day.
Shouts out to my sister Red. What's going on, Red? I see you in the building. All right. Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, man.
Booty for booty, cutie for cutie. However you want to do it.
Oh, you talking about the music or just
however you want to
just-
do it? Hey, one of them got to go. Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm oh man, I'm in the A, bro. You gonna put the Cardi B out on the streets, but Megan is, yeah, I'm gonna keep that H-Town vibe going, man.
Okay. All right. Would you rather watch the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals?
Super Bowl.
All right.
Now, of late, I don't even think I watched the NBA Finals in some time. So yeah,
because Jordan went in there. I got it. You hating on LeBron? It's okay.
No,
Okay.
LeBron wasn't even in the championship last,
It's okay.
few years, man. I mean, I like LeBron as
That's what they
a
say.
basketball icon, but hey, if I had to, if I wanted a ring, well, you know who you gonna get if you want a ring.
But Scottie Pippen don't come with him, man. So you ain't gonna get that.
Man, you can have Scotty's car,
All right.
maybe. Man,
All right.
excuse me, Scotty.
Next question. We're gonna go to the next one. Xbox, PlayStation.
I just transitioned back to PlayStation. I played PlayStation for a long time. But the only reason I say Xbox because all my friends are still on Xbox.
So you going Xbox?
I can always go Xbox. Yeah.
My man. Good one. All right. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali.
Damn, bro. Who the hell you got writing up these questions?
Oh, that's me. These is me. You know what I mean?
Dang, bro.
I wrote these myself. Things that keep me up at night.
I'm going to go vintage Muhammad Ali because George Foreman was Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson. And Ali found a way to be great and beat him when it, mattered. So I ain't going to never go against somebody who's, just got the heart of a lion.
Okay. Retired life or active duty?
I'm going to say retired life.
Okay. Young Massey, current Massey?
Current all day, man. I did some stupid ass shit when I was young.
Okay.
And I'm just happy that I survived it, quite honestly, man. And again, that wasn't me. It was truly, blessed to have people that was in my path as a young sailor that probably put, a lot on the line in order to salvage me when I didn't need to be salvaged. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I'm gonna save this. This is a bonus question. I'm gonna come back to this. Prince, Michael Jackson.
Boy, you need to get some sleep, bro.
We almost done. I didn't know.
Oh man. I'm gonna go Michael Jackson, man. He from Gary, man. Yeah,
all right.
Andy boy.
Eminem, Kendrick Lamar.
Whoa, man! I just heard M wax somebody the other day on. He just straight up filleted him, bro. And just dude, I ain't betting against him either, man. And I've had that argument a lot of times, but against Kendrick Lamar, I'm gonna take Eminem.
Got you. Now for the bonus question, it's the last one, and you got the hot seat. Is it more important to move on or ask for forgiveness?
Well, you know, that ask for forgiveness thing was a lot with me, you know, because I made some hard decisions that just needed to be made, and it wasn't always favorable. So, you know, I'll ask for forgiveness if I can live with it, you know, morally. So, yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of times where I had to go against leadership because sailors were, you know, in a bad position, and because somebody chose to use a political, you know, aspect to prevent someone from getting the care that they needed, you know, I've had to do what I needed to do in order to say, you know what, at the end of the day, I can sleep good at night knowing that, you know what, we had to do, you know, put eyes on something or make a judgment call that wasn't, you know, what somebody else up above me wanted. So yeah, certainly, you know, better to ask for forgiveness than, you know, to move on. Because if you move on, then what does that say about character?
There you go, my man. Well, you made it out the hot seat. You answered all the questions. I knew the big dog can do it. I know they was kind of tough, but I know that you can do it, man. Hey, Big Dom, man. Again, we appreciate you, man. You coming out here, man. It was very important for me to have you come here as my first guest that I picked. You was my first choice. You always been my big dog. You're well respected. People love you all around the world, and we just want to give you this moment to give you your flowers, man, while you're still here. We love you, bro. I love you, man, from here. Daniel Street, bro. Yeah, everybody who came in, it is what it is, man. This is a triple threat vet podcast, but we're not done because our hero is not getting out the hot seat. You got to talk about them damn CU Buffaloes. Man, he ain't getting away from it.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm sorry. Don said it just now. I'm gonna apologize now.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, you can't apologize. You can't.
I bet against him. You know, I'm gonna stick with my guns though. Fuck Dion. How about that? You know, and the state of Colorado, all that, the whole state. Fuck them mountains.
No, sir. You're not gonna get away with it, buddy. You're not gonna get away with it.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So yeah, we're gonna get there. But yeah, so Matt, Don, you can stay with us with it if you, as we talk through this sports thing, if you want, cause we love to have you.
Hey, I'm here, man. I ain't got nothing else to do.
But our hero got to get this work, and we got to talk about last week. He thought he was gonna get away. No, you're not gonna get away.
Absolutely.
Damn.
So I just saw Ty pop it on the screen. So we've been talking about it for I don't know, ever since we started. We had a golf tournament go down on September the 11th. Put on by the team at Got Your Six Culture to benefit the Project Zero Alliance. We're still counting the money, but we're going to be able to give them a sizable donation. We had 21 teams come out. Our man DJ Royalty, I think that, Scott, I'm going to tell you right now that I didn't hear one person not say that they absolutely loved teeing off to their favorite song during the golf tournament. Like they was dancing.
Yeah,
we had one dude walk
time
up and Happy Gilmore to ball. Like I mean, everybody came out and had a great time. We just appreciate if you're watching right now and you are a sponsor or you are a player or you volunteered to help us. Ty, you were there. I was there. Scott was there. Al had to go to North Dakota, but we still brought him with us, his big ass head though. But everybody that came, we appreciate everything you did. And we're going to be able to give them a sizable donation to help them get more counseling for veterans and first responders. So I just want to tell everybody thank you. We just appreciate it.
Hey, Matt, but this is the thing, man. You know what, bro? And I'm going to tell you, the reason why I don't mind doing anything with you is because you put so much shit into everything that you do to make a great event. Shouts out to Becky. Becky's right there with you. Yeah. Ty, my man, Ty. I mean, just the way that you're able to bring people together and pull off something like that was amazing, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, man, you got to give yourself some love because you did the work, man. You were up early in the morning. You did it. You had an event. I know there were times that we talked and you were a little stressed out about it. Like, I got to get golfers. But you pulled it through like you did. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I knew you was going to do it, man. And anything I could do to help out or be a part of it, I was with you, brother. But you You, sir, you, Becky, you, Ty, you guys put that thing off, man. I just was there just to kind of help put some ice on the cake to make it fun, man. But shouts out to you, man, for pulling that thing off. It was great.
We appreciate it, but I'm gonna tell you what though, I was saving that part for the last though. Like we may have done a great job, but I do want to recognize Becky, my wife, right now, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I bet you there was probably 10 times where she wanted to punch me in the face because it's pretty stressful. But I just, she's with our daughter in Cleveland right now. They're hanging out. And she's getting to spend some time with her up there. But I just want to say I appreciate everything you did for me, Becky, and you helped us make it a great event too. And that's my rock and everything. And so if you guys want to know why I do things the way I do it, I just have a great support system. So I mean, it was a good time.
She definitely married down. You married way the fuck
bro.
Like
we already figured that out.
She probably thinks that shit every day. She's like,
look, Becky's an EP and I'm an SP when it comes to marriage.
I let this motherfucker touch me naked. I let him touch me. Ugh. Shit.
I love you, Becky.
Yes, yeah, we love you too, Becky. All right, Ty, bring it up, man. Put it up there.
Yeah, let me tell something about this here. Kyle Shudik is with the Project Zero. He's been on the show a couple times. So I've talked to him this week, and he's telling me that he needs veterans to come to these outdoor adventures, needs veterans to come to the shark fishing. But most of all, he just wants people to get involved with his organization. All you have to do is be a veteran, contact Kyle Shudik at the Project Zero, and he's going to send you on some of these shark. I think they do beach shark fishing, then they do overlanding and jeeps,
or first responders. He also is
I'm sorry, I first responders as well, because I'm going to let Matt wax poetic about this for just a second because he's got a really good take about first responders.
Oh well, I mean, so the reason why we like working with Project Zero from a Got Your Six culture perspective is because forever, Becky and I were looking for charities that we wanted to work with or nonprofits, and we wanted to give back, right? So like when we were talking with Don in the beginning, it's like, hey, purpose, you got to have purpose. Where did you get your purpose, right? You learn for so long to give back to people. When you come out and you don't have that purpose, it's hard. And so for us, we love working with these dudes, man, because they give back to veterans and first responders. First responders are the guys that do the same thing that we did in the military overseas, but they do it here at home every day. So if you want to know why your house doesn't burn down, a firefighter's there for you. You want to know why you're safe, law enforcement's there for you. You want to know why everybody gets to you on time, you got a dispatcher. So all these community heroes that we have, they go through a lot of stuff too. And I just love that Project Zero has them at such a high importance as they do veterans, because we all, if you see my background right now, and you see it in our show all the time, whether you are in the military or you're a first responder, we all took an oath to protect country or community. Mm-hmm. In either way that keeps America free, and that's what we're all about. And that's why we did this golf tournament. That's why I'm glad we got to give them a lot of money. And it was just, it's always awesome. Great to see it, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Shouts out for that, man.
All right, here it is. Here it is.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. So last week, of course, Colorado whooped that ass on Nebraska.
Say that again.
I wouldn't say whooped that ass.
Come on, man.
You put up 30.
Let me say this very clearly.
You put up 30 points on Nebraska. Congratulations.
Oh, hold on.
Hey, hold up there, Al. All I'm going to say is that Dion and the Colorado Buffaloes come out and handle business against Nebraska. That's all we need to say.
I picked them to win. Look, I picked them to win.
Yeah, you picked them to win, but this is the thing, man. You contradict yourself, bro. Last time you said that Colorado had no defense. Oh, look at TCU put up 40-something points. Now this year, what's the excuse? They played defense. They couldn't.
That's what Nebraska you said, Al. You said they got no defense.
But check this out.
You put up 35.
But check this out, Ty. This is one thing for sure. Nebraska's defense was really good. Their defense was good, bro. You cannot even can't say Nebraska's defense was trash. Nebraska's defense was their defense was good.
For the Pac-12, that baby conference, they are good. I give you credit. For that Pac-12 bullshit.
Hey, you know what? You know what I gotta do? I gotta do him like Tolliver did Roy Jones. Next week, I'm like, what's your excuse today, Roy? You got an excuse today, Roy? Next week it's gonna be the same thing. Deion Sanders got them boys in Colorado running on all cylinders. He said he was going to do it. When has Deion Sanders ever told you that he was going to do something that he didn't? Come on, man. You just got to.
I'm not knocking Deion. I told you.
I just need you to believe. But you told me that they weren't going to win 5 games. They've
Well,
already
I
won
mean,
2.
I'm gonna
3
be
more
buying y'all
games.
bottles. I've already bought y'all's bottles. I guess I just gotta get these fucking shipping labels. I got everybody a bottle, motherfucker. I gotta get the shipping labels, okay? I can admit when I was wrong. I fucking wrong, okay?
All right. I'm just saying.
I bought all y'all fancy bottles of liquor and I filled that bitch up with Jack Daniels. I'm gonna send it y'all. Right, motherfucker.
So real quick, so Colorado's got Colorado State coming up this week, and the Colorado State coach has actually like clapped back a little bit at Dion for like wearing the shades during interviews. And the Colorado State coach said, and I forget his name at this point, but he said, you know, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my shades and my hat off.
He's gonna talk to some grown-ups Saturday. He's gonna talk to some grown-ups Saturday for sure.
So that's what I was saying. As soon as Dion heard that, you know that he's going to use that in the locker room. And he's going to make it a speech, and this game's going to be personal too.
The whole team's gonna come out wearing shades on that ass. Watch.
Yeah. All right. So so Colorado's playing Colorado State. That's going to be a good game. 9 p.m. on ESPN. Everybody tune into that. All right. So last week.
Yeah, I picked wrong on that Miami one.
You fucked me. I went with you, and I should have went with my hometown, my Florida boys. And I
won it. But I won every other game though.
So did I.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah. So did I.
Man.
Y'all won the other game. So
yeah, but wait, Ty,
like
did you go undefeated last week?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm on Spotlight. So
that's why that dude's
pardon the interruption. You know, y'all went 3-1. I went 4-0, and you know, there's something to be said about that. 4-0.
Yeah, I'll give it to you, Ty. You know your stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You know your stuff. You're a sports guy. I'll give it to you. I did not see Miami.
I get all my picks from John Clemens and Mike Dennis from Jacksonville, Florida.
I got you. Okay.
So you're cheating.
Hey, so real quick, Master Chief, what is your thoughts on Deion Sanders, man? Talk to me a little bit from a big dog leadership perspective. And you know this right here, what's happening with CU is about leadership. Absolutely. It is about mentorship. Deion Sanders say, if you bring me your boys to CU, I'm gonna bring them back to you men. And that's what he's doing. So talk to me a little bit about it, Master Chief.
Well, here's the thing that people can't stomach about Deion is that he don't mind, you know, expressing his confidence in his abilities. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you know, as long as you understanding that, you know, give it to the kids, and he does that, man. And I tell you what, he gives his credit to, you know, them dogs. He's a dog, and love it or hate it, you know what you can't do is deny, you know, his all-time success. Dude, he played baseball and football at the same time. He was all-state basketball in high school. Bro, he ran track. Dude is an athlete. So
all the way around.
He's a Hall of Famer. So you mean to tell me that a Hall of Famer, you know, yeah, you get a lot of guys that was ex-players that are bust, but it's about opportunity too. And you know, even when he didn't get opportunity, he made an opportunity. So, you know, you if you get caught up looking at, you know, or looking at the smoke and you can't, you know, see through the smoke, then now you're going to look at the gas and you're going to be pissed off, because it's just like Mayweather, you know, because of his mouth, a lot of people, you know, his skills were overshadowed. But and then everybody want to use the argument that, you know what, he got everybody, you know, when they was over the hill. Dude, it's like Pacquiao. Dude, Pacquiao's younger than him. How the hell is that going to even equate? So you know, people will make arguments because they love to hate something when it's arrogant.
Our hero.
Deion's one of the. He just said it. Deion's still one of my favorite football players. But I just wanted to go against him because I don't like the Pac-12, and I'm a fucking SEC guy, and I'm just a hater, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a hater.
But why? Yeah, but you got to congratulate him though.
At the
same
no doubt.
time. You know, that's you got to give people they dues. You know, and what he's done, man. Not only at Colorado, but like I said, he made an opportunity when he went to J State. Bro, look at what HBCUs are doing. How many HBCUs actually played FBS schools just in the first 2 weeks of the new season? That's notoriety. That's recognition. That would have never happened unless Deion did something to say, you know what, we have to change the way HBCUs are viewed. We
Mm-hmm.
have to give them a platform. You know, we have to make it known that, you know, these schools have been competing for years, but their facilities aren't up to the same standards, so they might not produce the same product. That's the kind of stuff that people don't read into.
Trailblazing part.
And he forced people to give him a shot at a Power 5 school, you know. And then, you know, all the naysayers, man, for somebody to come in and gut a program, bro, that takes some gonads, man.
Yeah.
You looking at these kids that have just been existing on a scholarship and not doing the work to, you know, be successful. And that's kind of like the everybody get a trophy era, right? You know, and I tell people all the time, it's one thing when, you know, you're a parent and you're paying, you know, for your kid to play when they in all of these clubs and all of that stuff. But if you on a scholarship, you got to earn your keep. So he went in there and gutted that program and used the transfer portal and all these things that he's doing that people don't see as a favorable way to, you know, get ahead. Hey, but it's legal. He used it, and look at what's going on right now. And I know it's only 2 games in the season for him,
and that's what bit me, Don. But because I assumed, like, from a football standpoint, like, there's no way this dude's gonna start with a whole new team. They really ain't played together. They ain't got no chemistry. So I was like, oh, he'll win 5 because But I mean, obviously, what he did worked for him. I mean, he did, you know, bring his son, you know, his kids with him. So that did help as well, because he obviously they're his kids, so he knows how to play. But I was against it always, and I still kind of am waiting to see how the season plays out. But I'm just like, man, you got a whole fucking team and started fresh. Like, that shit's hard to fucking start over. I mean, and even I don't care if it's 5 stars, because like Ty mentioned it, the line between like great, you know, and the greatest in football nowadays or in athletics, it's such a thin line, right? So I was like, man, I picked, if I would have, I don't know, it's unconventional. Like, nobody does that shit. So I was like, there's no way he's going to win this year more than 5, maybe 6. It was like 5 games. It's just not possible. Just because of the unconventional move. It's never been done. And I'm like, well, shit. I mean, hey,
that's a shipmate come alongside moment. You know, you ain't who you think you are. You're not being all you can be, and sometimes you have to tell people that. And you know, unfortunately, you had to write that evaluation. Say, you know what, maybe this ain't what you need to be doing for the future. That shipmates, you need to, you know, you probably need to get a new start on something else in life. you know, and so what he did was that very thing in leadership, which is hard to tell somebody when they're not, you know, performing up to standards. But because they weren't performing up to standards, it became a way of life. So when he came in, it's like, you know, what was that, Heartbreak Ridge, when they said, wait till Swede gets out. So you know, hey man, you know, hey, he's doing it his way, and that rubs people the wrong way in a lot of regard.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, sometimes you gotta shake the, you know, you gotta kick the hornet's nest and get some people moving and shake things up in order to make change. And that's what, you know, leadership is personifies leadership at its core.
It's like what I tell my boys, man. I tell my boys all the time: hard works beat talent when talent don't work hard.
Yes, sir.
So that's what it is, man. You got to have that hard work. That work ethic is going to get you through. He's got them boys working and they winning games. And I'm gonna be happy to drink my bottle that is gonna be sponsored by my man Al Hero. It's extra tasty when somebody else gets it.
Hey, I'll buy y'all. I already got them, bro. I just gotta get.
What do we got this week?
Yeah, let's see who we got this week.
So we got this week. I got to get back in this because Ty, you can't be 10-2 and leading the pack.
Yep. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, of course I am. So Dion created the primetime, you know, character when he was at FSU, because he didn't have someone in his life to be that leader. So he's had to be that leader since he was in high school. When he went to college at Florida State, he created that persona, wore chains and everything, and signed with the Yankees while he was still at Florida State, did all that stuff. But the way he says things with, you know, I'm bringing people, we're coming, everything he does is a positive affirmation for all the amazing things that he did in his Hall of Fame career. So what do you think the receiver that's playing, or the receiver that's playing cornerback and receiver, he's got the best coach he's ever going to have at cornerback. And then, of course, Shador and Shamar and his other son. What's the other son's name? Shadir, right. I mean, they're going to have the same habits. So to me, the Dion effect is real.
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely real. And it's going to change the way high school preps for college. It's going to change the way college preps for the NFL. Because if he has them guys on the Colorado team get 10 or 12 of them guys drafted and they start playing better, I mean, come on. He's going to change the entire way that people prep for college
It's
football.
leadership, man. It's leadership. Yeah. And like I said, I go back where I came from in Colorado, man, where, like I said, we'll talk about it one day. I was going to get Shannon Sharp, man, but I didn't get him because I got talked off the bridge on that one. But, you know, to get into the ability to get into the military and be led by people like Don Massey and Rosser and you know, and great leaders like that to where I am today, man, I know that leadership, you know what I'm saying, mentorship and somebody believing in you, and sometimes you don't believe in yourself, can take you a long way. And I think that all of us here, even on this podcast, are testaments to that we know that had we not came alongside, that we would have been in some whole messed up places that we're not. So right now, Deion Sanders got the guys pulling alongside, and that's why I believe in him, man, because I believe that with that leadership and that mindset and believing in them kids, man, you can take somebody who didn't believe in themselves a long way, man. So I'm riding with him the whole way. See you on mine. You see it right there. I'm going with it.
All right, Matt, you're up first for the picks for this week.
So I'm going to try it again. We're going to take A&M over Louisiana Monroe. We're taking Colorado over Colorado State. I'm just going to be funny and go South Carolina. Taking UK over Akron, and I'm taking Florida State.
You're taking the Gamecocks over Georgia?
Yes.
Oh, you're strong. You're a brave guy.
No.
Wow,
Smart.
That's a bold move, Matt.
Lost that one, motherfucker. Bold move, Cotton. Bold move, Cotton.
For him.
Don't let it come true.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, you said it, man.
All right, Scott, you're up.
I'm going to do the same thing like I did last week. I'm taking everything on the left side except for the last game. I'm taking FSU to go over Boston College. But I'm going Texas A&M, CU, Georgia, UK, and I'm taking Florida State. Everything on the left side, and to the bottom game, I'm going to the right.
Gotcha. All right, Al, what you got?
I'm running with Scott again. Same.
All right. So I've got Texas A&M, Colorado, Georgia. UK.
Now, when you say Colorado, which one? You got to say them Buffaloes, man. You got to say
Colorado Buffaloes.
Okay.
Colorado Buffaloes for sure. UK and then FSU.
Okay.
So
Matt's the odd man out.
Yes, I am.
All right, Don, you in here too. What you got?
Oh man, I same way, man. All that on the well, it's on my left hand side, and FSU on the right side. Yeah, that's a tough underdog slating right there. I don't see nobody coming ahead of that.
Yeah.
Now South Carolina might be tough for the first half, but I don't see them.
Yeah, it depends on where that game's at.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's what we got, man. This has been our show. Hey, Don, again, thank you for coming out, big dog.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely.
And if I can ever do anything for any one of y'all, you guys know it's good as golden. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like Ice Cube said in that movie, come back. And Boys in the Hood, Ice Cube told her when she took that 40 ounce, he was like, come back. You just gotta make sure you come back, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Come back and do it again.
And get us that link, Don, whenever you get it up and running, so we start putting it out.
Yeah, it'll be coming soon. I've got a speaking engagement. I'm actually speaking at the Khaki Ball up here at whatever the hell they call this shit now, the NTAG, I guess. They have no idea what it is, up the old NRD, Atlanta. So I'm kind of excited about that. So it gives me a chance to be around, Chiefs again for a little bit and to be able to at least share with them. So I'm, excited about that and looking forward to it. So after that, then I'm just gonna, get my thing up and running, and definitely I'll be reaching out with you guys, and I'll be asking for either some help or some hey, come alongside and pull me up by my bootstraps. So looking forward to it, man.
I appreciate it.
We got your 6, whatever you're going through. We got your 6, anything.
Yep.
Got you. Appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gents, now it's time to say goodbye to all our podcast friends. My man T.Y. up to my top right. You got anything for the crew?
No, I'm good.
All right, my man Matt Johnson. What about you, big dog?
No, I just want to say thanks, Don. We appreciate it, and anything we can do, let us know over there.
My man Al Hero.
Nope, same thing. I just want to, hat off to Don, man. He's the fucking man, bro. I can't say it any other way.
Yes, sir.
Love you guys.
My man Big Don. Any last shouts out?
Hey, man. Love you guys, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. This is the Triple Threat Vet Podcast. I am your man, DJ Royal T. This has been another episode. You were live tonight with the man, the myth, the legend, the big Don Massey. And you know the crew. Come back again next Thursday, same time, same channel. We're going to do it again. Peace out. Make sure you take care of somebody. Call somebody and tell them you love them. And until we see you again, you guys be safe. And we'll see you next week. I am DJ Royal T. And we out.